Zhane and Vitani by Cal Covey Smith. It was the end of fourth period and everyone was going to lunch. Zhane was putting his stuff in his locker when his friend Tommy showed up. Z-Man, greeted Tommy. Tommy, said Zhane. So, how's 7th grade working out for you so far? Tommy asked. Gotta say it's smooth for the most part. Our science teacher, Mr. Hawkins, is a stickler for classwork, and this girl Gabrielle is a little annoying. But other than that, I like it, said Zhane. Sounds like you have everything clear this year. I'm still getting my classrooms mixed up. Oh, you'll get used to it, bud. I also promised Alyssa I'll help her with the fall formal decorations. So, are you hoping she asks you to the dance? Remember, it's girl's choice, asked Tommy. I know that I have to just play it cool and not seem anxious, that's all, said Zhane. Well, let me hear that charm when you ask her. Zhane cleared his throat. Well, Alyssa, I'd be happy to accompany you to this glorious event, and I hope we have a wonderful yawn. Happy to accompany you? Dude, you sound like the Queen of England. That's not gonna sound cool. The two saw Alyssa approaching them. Hey, Alyssa, Tommy said awkwardly. Hey guys, guess what? Mrs. Charlotte said we can put up the decorations for the fall formal early this year. Awesome. Hey, I gotta go eat. I'll catch you guys later. Tommy walked away with a hopeful smile. Where were you this morning, Zhane? We need to talk about the preparations for the dance. Plus, I need your advice, said Alyssa. Oh, really? You replied. Yeah, you know Jalen, the quarterback? I heard he doesn't have a date to the dance. Then there's this boy Bobby in math class who's been eyeing me. And then Megan gave Daniel Walters from the track team my phone number. Isn't it wild? I'm juggling 3 hotties. I don't know who to choose, Alyssa said excitedly. Well, Alyssa, those guys are no slouches. In some cases, knowledge in history and witty charm still count for a lot. There's a certain guy who wouldn't mind accompanying. Hey, Alyssa, looking good. Alyssa and Zhane turned around to see Traquel Thomas, who approached them and shoved Zhane out of the way. Anything you want to ask me, Shouty? Alyssa scornfully glared at Traquel. Then Zhane got up and tapped him on the shoulder. Body language 101, bull. Hers says never gonna happen, Zhane said smugly. Traquel grabbed Zhane by his shirt and rammed him into the lockers. Looks like you forgot what happened at the park, chump. Sign language 101. My fist gives you a bloody nose. Then a big 8th grader named Roman grabbed Traquel's wrist and slung him into the ground. Yo, I know you ain't sweating my homeboy Zhane, Traquel, asked Roman. Nah, Rome, we were just playing. Alyssa comforted Zhane as Traquel got up and eyed down the 3 kids. Catch you later, Zhane, he said snidely. As Traquel left, Zhane walked up to Roman. Thanks, Roman. Don't mention it. Everybody gets one. Roman walked away, leaving Zhane, Alyssa, and other students wondering what he meant by that statement. Later that day, Zhane, Michael, Jose, and Tommy decided to walk home together instead of taking the bus. Vitani was bringing her friends over, and he didn't want to hear them giggling and gossiping during the way home. Tangling with Bull? Are you crazy? That guy makes Bobby Lashley look like Kevin Hart, said Tommy. Tell me something I don't know. But he was messing with Alyssa, and I couldn't just stand there and let him do that, said Zhane. If you keep crossing him, you're not going to make it to 8th grade, said Michael. Remember the old saying, amigo. You mess with the bull, you get the horns. It's ironic his nickname is Bull too, said Jose. Do you want to know what else is ironic? I'm a Tars. That makes me more bull than Traquel. But if it wasn't for Roman, I'd be looking for a good plastic surgeon right now. Yeah, no kidding, said Michael. The 4 friends walked to the intersection. Zane's house was in the opposite direction of the 3 other boys, so they went their separate ways. Hey, Zhane, if any more heat breaks out between you and Bull, we got your back, said Tommy. Bet on it, said both Michael and Jose. I appreciate that, guys. See ya, said Zhane. As the 3 walked away, Zhane mumbled to himself, If only they were the Power Rangers. Zane strolled down the sidewalk in deep thought until he heard a voice yell out to him. I thought those three punks would never leave. Zane looked up and saw Trequel leaning on a light post who started to stomp towards him. He tried to run away, but two of Bull's goons stood in the opposite direction to block his path. Without any hesitation, Zane ran through an alley and hopped over the fence while Bull and his gang chased after him like wolves. Before he could make it through the opening, a heavyset guy jumped in front of him and knocked Zane to the ground as two gangbangers grabbed him. I'm picking off where I left off, pussy, said Trequel. Bull approached Zane and glared at him as he struggled to break free. Come on, guys, shouldn't a beatdown happen during school? It has better lighting than an alley, said Zane. Zane the comedian. See if you can make jokes out of this, smart-ass. Bull cracked his knuckles and threw hard punches into Zane's stomach and jaw. One of the goons who was keeping watch saw Roman and his friend walking down the sidewalk. Yo, Bull, Rome and his homie are coming our way. Bull, who was enjoying his assault, gave one last kick to the gut before reluctantly running away with his gang, who dropped Zane on the ground. You'll be seeing me a lot, Z. Believe that, Trequel taunted. Zane laid on the ground for a couple seconds, and when he regained his senses, he looked up and saw Roman and his friend Leo staring at him. Roman, it's all good. I had them right where I wanted them, dude. Meet me at the old marathon station in a half hour. We need to talk, said Roman. A half hour? But I gotta get home for dinner in a half hour. In a half, Roman said coldly. Zane nervously gave the two a thumbs up. The hurt and confused boy strolled down the hill talking to himself as he was approaching the abandoned gas station. Say, son, where have you been all day? Well, Mom, the nice gangbangers invited me for ice cream. Zane, don't you know hanging around thugs will lead you down a dark path? With all due respect, Mom. Duh, Zane thought out loud. Zane made it to the marathon station to see a big guy in a bandana guarding the entrance. I'm here to see Roman, Zane said nervously. The big guy grabbed Zane's shirt and pushed him inside to see Roman and his gang playing cards. Ah, Zane, welcome to our crib. And you're here on time. I like that, said Roman. Hey, it's a beautiful sunset outside. It's a shame to be indoors, said Zane. Roman smirked. I like you, Zane. You're funny and smart. But keeping Trequel off your back is taking way too much of my time. No offense, but I didn't ask for your help, Roman. Roman's grew gassed in shock. Say what? Said Leo. Dissing Rome, said the girl thug. Look, that sorry punk Trequel is trying to play big shot, and since you got on his bad side, he's not going to let up. So what are you getting at, Rome? Asked Zane. I want you to roll with my crew. Me? For real? Look at me, I'm too scrawny to be a banger. I wouldn't be any good, Zane pleaded. You got potential. This is Miami, young brother. One day I won't be around to stop Bull from whipping your butt. And who knows what else he'll do. However, you can get guaranteed insurance if you join us. Tempting, but if my mom finds out I joined a gang, she'll lose it. And a 12-year-old can't be homeless. This is a one-time only offer, Z, and your mom can't beat up Trequel for you. I always said you were smart. Don't prove me wrong. So think about it. Zane left Roman's hangout with the gang leader's words echoing in his head as he hurried home before nighttime.